I'm Silvana from Buenos Aires, Argentina, and I would like to start this presentation by asking you some questions. Did you know that sign language is the first language of deaf children? Did you know that most deaf children have never been told a fairy story? Did you know that most hearing parents and hearing teachers do not know sign language? I want to present you my cousin Ariel. He was born deaf. I was 6 years old when he was born, so I was raised with him. And like most deaf children, Ariel has hearing parents who do not know sign language. Imagine he couldn't communicate with his parents when he was little. Like most deaf children, Ariel went to a school for the deaf in which all his teachers were hearing and did not sign. So he didn't understand what the teachers were saying, and he couldn't come back home and tell his parents he didn't understand what the teachers were saying because they didn't communicate with their parents either. So like most deaf people, Ariel only reads and writes short sentences. He never read a book, and he doesn't know who is Cinderella or Pinocchio. There are 32 million Ariels around this world. And this is why Canales was born. I founded Canales 12 years ago to encourage quality and accessible education for deaf children, to reduce the rate of functional illiteracy among deaf people, and to promote the understanding of the world through reading. Because we are convinced that sign language is the first language of deaf children, and they have to learn and to develop their own language before they can read and write in a second language, because Spanish is for them their second language. We are convinced that the best people to communicate with and to teach deaf children their own language are deaf adults. They have to be in touch with deaf adults. And we are convinced that storytelling is a very important part of all children's lives. And this is why we created Video Books. Video Books is a website in which everyone, parents, children, teenagers, teachers, hearing, deaf, in rural areas or in cities, can look for a book, and the book is read by a deaf signer in Argentine Sign Language. All the readers are deaf, and all the books have voiceover in Spanish so that they can share the same book, deaf children, with their hearing parents, even if the parents don't know sign language. At the moment, we have created 31 video books, and we have 3 different collections. This is a free site. It's a very easy to use site. It's in Argentine Sign Language and in Spanish, but we can work together to make it in other languages. And I would very much like deaf children to read the same books with their parents. I would like teachers to use these books and video books within the school. And I would like to get to meet adults and children, deaf adults with deaf children, because deaf children need to meet deaf adults because they have to identify with good role models, and those are deaf, because they are going to grow up and they are going to become deaf adults, not hearing adults. So what I want to do next is to go further to the next stage and to create international video books. This is the sign for I love you. I don't know if you all know this sign. This sign is I love you. So it's I love you for everyone in each country. And we would like to start, and this award will allow us to start our next stage, that is to make video books in different sign languages, because sign language is not universal. Argentine sign language is different from Uruguayan or Paraguayan or Arabic sign languages. So we want to start making this international to reach the 32 million children around the world, like my cousin Ariel. So we are having today more than 1 million hits in our page, almost 130,000 unique visits in our site. That means more than 3,000 visits a month, and we have already created 31 video books. So I want to thank the WISE Award for letting me think that in the future 32 million children will have access to books and to children fairy tales. Thank you very much.
Thank you.